Hello, so I'm just gonna so I just got done watching the latest episode 2.5D Seduction, and I do not like how they're rushing the adaptation, because the anime is already adapting like 9 volumes worth of material, and I don't know how they're doing it, because sometimes just slowing down the pacing is a good thing. Like, for example, the Quintessential Quintuplet Season 1, even though not the best adaptation of the first 4 volumes, at least the pacing was decent. But then you come to a series that's about cosplay, like My Dress Up Darling, or in this case 2.5D Seduction right here. We already got up to Volume 9 adapted. And you see this cover? Yeah. We already got, and I'm pretty sure episode 24 is going to adapt the rest of this volume. And you know what? I really don't like it. Like, as far as the adaptation goes, it's a decent adaptation. It's just I do not like how J.C. Staff is handling the adaptation per se, because yeah, this is my main gripe with the studio that's handling it. The art and animation is bland for the most part. I mean, as far as the adaptation goes, I think it's okay, but seriously, they are rushing this adaptation. Like, why are they pacing it this way? Sometimes having slow pacing actually makes sense for a show like this. Like, if y'all want my honest opinions on where the anime should have actually ended, yeah, the anime should have ended right here. If you want my honest opinion about it, the anime should have ended right here. But nope, the anime is going to end on Volume 9, and I don't like it. Like, y'all are probably saying that, what's the deal? The deal is, sometimes slowing down the pacing is a good thing. For the most part, I mean, there's quite a couple of examples of anime with really decent pacing. The Quintessential Quintuplet Season 1, even though not perfect, the pacing was decent. Another prime example is a girlfriend. Even though the season 2 kind of did the same thing, but you know what, I was kind of fine with it. But when you get to a series that's 24 episodes long, and you already have like 23 you have the 24 episodes out, already adapting up to Volume 9, then why is the pacing going like that when the anime could have just ended on episode 22? Like, it would have made sense for at least the beach episode to be the first episode of season 2 if they decide to make a season 2 for it, but seriously, sometimes slowing down the pacing is probably a good thing to do. But then here's the worst way to slow down pacing. Look at Toei Animation's adaptation of the One Piece anime. Over 1,000 episodes. I know the pacing can get really bad with One Piece, but when you get, and I know it would have been like One Piece, for example. That's how not to do slow. That's how not to do slow pacing, because you could get like an adaptation of an arc of One Piece, and it has a slower pacing, and it becomes really bad. But then you get something like this where it has fast pacing, and I don't really like it per se, because I think slowing down the pacing is probably a good thing for the series to do. It's just, I'm just not a big fan of how J.C. Staff is actually doing the pacing for the show. I could get by the bland art and animation, per se, and I could get by the toning down of the fan service, but honestly, sometimes slowing down the pacing is a good thing for a series to have. Like, for example, let's go back to the quintessential quintuplets here. Quintessential quintuplets here for a minute. Now, season 1 right here is not my favorite adaptation of how they did the first 4 volumes, but at least the pacing here was decent, and it was actually slow at times, which I really enjoyed. But overall, but then you get to some series like the anime adaptation to 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, and the pacing is really fast. Like, the first half adapted the first 5 volumes when it could have just adapted the first 4 volumes. You see where I'm getting with this? Like, if they slowed down the pacing a little bit, like episodes 23 and 24 of the 2.5 Dimensional Seduction anime could have ended on volume 8. And that would have been a great place to actually end it. And a lot of you people might actually disagree with me on this, but I think this is where they should have ended the anime I've been having a problem with this phone, but that's besides the point. I think the anime should have ended right here, because this would have been a good cutoff point where Arya and her mother just makes up with her father, and they just ended with the second time they went to a Comic Cat, but nope. They decided to go ahead and adapt Volume 9 for no reason. I get it. People want to see the beach chapter adapted, and you know what? I get it, but they could have just made that the first episode of season 2, if I had to completely be honest. I don't know what is going on, but I think the anime, yeah, if y'all can tell, the anime adaptation to 2.5 Dimensional Seduction has been very disappointing. Well, at least for me so far. And the reason why I haven't been doing like episode reviews is because the episode 3 review on it, the episode 3 review that I didn't get a lot of likes. I mean, it did get views, but it didn't get a lot of likes, and I decided to actually give up. But so far, what they did with the adaptation to Volume 9 so far is pretty decent, but I just kind of hate how they're rushing this adaptation out of the door. Like, yeah, like seriously, I think they could have went to a different animation studio. I don't know, like the same animation studio behind the quintessential quintuplet season 2, or that also did the anime adaptation to 100 Girlfriends. That could have been that could have been an animation studio that could have handled it pretty well, or they could have went to Cloverworks or Shaft or Kyoto Animation, but they decided to go with J.C. Staff, the animation studio behind season 2 of One Punch Man. I don't know why they went with J.C. Staff, because One Punch Man season 2 was mid, in my opinion, because season 1 of One Punch Man was fantastic. I mean, Studio Madhouse brought their A game with that first season adaptation, but then J.C. Staff took over season 2, and now they're taking over season 3. And I don't know how season 3 will be handled by them. But why did they pick up the adaptation rights to 2.5 Dimensional Seduction? I just don't know at this point. I don't know why they went with J.C. Staff, when there was other better animation studios that could have handled this adaptation pretty well. And a lot of you are probably saying, now I'm going to have to get something really clear. There's a difference between censoring an anime or toning down the fan service. Like a prime example of censoring the fan service is To Love Ru. Like if To Love Ru back when I watched To Love Ru back in the day, they had these beams of light out of nowhere, and it didn't really make any sense. That's censorship. What's now with 2.5 dimensional seduction, that's toning down the fan service. There's a difference between toning down the fan service there's a difference between toning it down and censoring it. In 2.5 dimensional seduction's case, they're toning it down. That's completely different than actually censoring it. And you know what? I don't mind it. But if they have like beams of light just automatically there, yeah, the adaptation would have been unwatchable for me. So yeah, that's the video. I know this was me just rambling on about something that doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to get my opinions out there because the way they're rushing this adaptation is not good. When they could have took their time on actually pacing it pretty well, because the pacing in this anime is really not that great. I mean, J.C. Staff is doing a decent job, but when you're rushing an adaptation like this, sometimes it's just better just to slow it down a little bit. Yeah, I guess just a me problem, but seriously, why rush it when it could have been very steadily paced? I just don't know. Yeah, this is P.H.L.E Anime signing out. Please leave a like, subscribe, and subscribe to the channel, and share it through all you and share this video with a friend, and tap that bell icon to receive notifications for my videos. And yeah, peace.